Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. We appreciate it. The only thing better than getting email from a smartass who thinks he's smarter than I am, who writes in and gives me the specifics about where I'm wrong, like a schoolmarm wagging his little finger at me, is when I have documented evidence that the letter writer who's trying to correct me is wrong. He's wrong. And I can prove it. Now, by the way, I will say that the listener, whose name is Bruce Menard, who signs himself as the president of research and development for Hierarchy.com, says he's one of my big fans. And I still get satisfaction out of this because it proves what I always say, that people only half listen to the radio. They don't hear what you're saying. All right, here's the email, and then I'm going to play the clip of the show to which he refers. Here it is. Hi, Tom. I have been listening to you for a number of years, and I have agreed with you on everything that you have said. But I'm sorry to say that I do have to correct the professor. In geography, there are 7 continents, but the Middle East is not a continent. The 7 continents are, now listen to the 7 he gives me, by the way, North America, Central America, South America, Asia, Africa, Europe, and Australia. Middle East is an area like Southeast Asia. The Middle East was originally the Orient before Marco Polo explored the East to China. If you don't believe me, Oriental rugs are from the Middle East. Have you ever seen an Oriental rug for Japan or China? No. If you don't believe me, ask any Oriental rug importer. I may be blowing hot air out of my ass, but this is what I was taught in my Middle East class in college. Anyway, I had to give you my 2 cents worth. Signed, and I want to give Bruce all the credit here, Bruce Menard, president of research and development for Hierarchy.com. Bruce is not only wrong one way, but 2 ways. I'll give you the first way. Bruce says that I claim that the Middle East is a continent. Here is the exact segment of the show where I gave the list of continents as they are taught in the United States. I don't know what school you went to. Where I went to school, there are 7 continents. The 7 continents are North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, and Antarctica. 7. That is unedited. That is direct from the show in question. So, Bruce, sorry, I never said the Middle East is a continent. But here's where it gets even better. Bruce listed his list of continents. And among the continents he listed were North America, Central America, and South America. He does not list Antarctica. I got bad news for you, Bruce. Not only did I not say the Middle East is a continent, Central America is not and never has been considered a continent. Period. So I know you're a big fan of the show, Bruce Menard of Hierarchy.com. He's the president of research and development. Bruce, I know you're a big fan. But you got to listen more carefully before you send in a letter trying to correct me. I'm not that stupid. I know you think I'm just some dope with a microphone, but the fact is, I do read once in a while. Been to school, and I know what I'm talking about. Look it up. Central America, not a continent. Antarctica, continent. It's amazing. So, Like the old bit on Saturday Night Live, I could just hear Bruce out there going, never mind. Yeah. Okay. All right, we have got quite the controversial little email I'm about to read to you. It has nothing to do with how many continents there are or anything like that, but this one, I know that Dean and Brett are going to enjoy this very much. This is a very politically incorrect topic we're going to talk about right now. And it will make some people angry, some people confused. Actually, I don't know if the topic will make people as angry as some of the response we're going to get to it. But here it is. Now, this is clearly aimed at white people. Clearly, obviously. All right. Well, put it this way. It's aimed at anybody who's not black. But I'm sure there'll be a few black people who have opinions about what I'm about to say here. Dan in Port Orchard, Washington writes in. He says, Tom, how do you feel about women who have dated black guys? I mean, could you see yourself in a serious relationship with a woman who has dated black guys? Sure, I would have sex with them, but I definitely wouldn't take it any further. Signed, Dan. Let that sink in for a moment. Dan would have sex with you if you've had sex with a black guy, but he couldn't take you home to his parents. He couldn't marry you. Now, here's the thing. I'm laughing at this. But I wonder how many people feel that way or have known anyone who feels that way. I have been in more than one relationship with a Caucasian female. No, strike that. Not just Caucasian females. Various females who have asked me if I've ever banged a black chick. And when I said, yeah, several, they have said to me either, how could you do that? Or, what was that like? Like it would be different from banging a white chick. Or chicks of other races. And you know what? No one's ever said that to me about Asian chicks or Latin chicks or any number of other races or ethnicities. No. Now, honestly, I've been with women, I've never even gotten into that conversation. I've had that volunteered to me, though. I've had women say to me, I have never slept with a black guy. I have no idea what that would be like. I have had women say to me, I would never sleep with a black guy. Or I've had women say to me the following, I hope you don't mind, I've slept with a couple of black guys. Why is this an issue? I mean, I wish Dan was more specific in his letter because I'd love to know why he could have sex with a woman who's had sex with a black guy, but couldn't take it any further. What does that mean? So I have to imagine there are other people like Dan out there. I'd like to know what they have to say. And I'd like to know the reactions of people who are just horrified that we're even bringing this up. Or they're horrified at what Dan is saying. Now, let me make sure you clearly understand my point of view. I have dated women of all colors. It's one of the great accomplishments of my life is that I've been able to work my way all over the rainbow. You know what I'm saying? I've done them all. And I've never regretted that. I certainly never regretted it according to what race they were. Never. And it's not that I'm an equal opportunity employer or that I did it because I believe in affirmative action. I mean, hot chicks are hot chicks. I mean, Dan, if you were going to, like, get a chance to marry Aisha Tyler or Naomi Campbell, are you telling me that you couldn't bring her home to your parents? Why not? By the same token, I don't care what color Star Jones was, I couldn't bring her home to anybody. You know, it's I guess you could rewrite that old joke. You know, what does Star Jones and a moped have in common? You know the deal. So does this question make sense? Like, is this a rational, reasonable question? Do you have an answer for this question? Are you horrified that anybody would ask this question? And let me read you Dan's email one more time. It's just 2 lines. How do you feel about women who date black guys? I mean, do you see yourself in a serious relationship with a woman who has dated black guys? Sure, I would have sex with them, but I definitely wouldn't take it any further. And by the way, maybe you're black and you've had experiences with guys like Dan. If you have, I'd like to know that too. The Tom Leykis Show, 1-800-5800-TOM. All right, I read the letter. Let's get your reaction to it. Damon on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hey, Tom, how you doing, buddy?
Okay, Damon.
Good. Was it Dan who wrote this letter in? Was his name?
Dan, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dan, I absolutely 100% agree with him.
You agree with him?
Absolutely.
How so?
Well, I think that everyone should stick to their own.
You do?
Absolutely.
And why is that?
I think when a woman of say, well, you're white, so you slept with different people, right?
Yes, I did.
Different ethnicities.
Yes.
And when a white woman sleeps with, say, a black guy, she's stained. She's done.
Stained. She's stained how? Can you explain that?
She's done. She's washed up. It's like sleeping with a gorilla.
Oh, please. Don't. Come on. Come on.
Yeah.
Where did you get this idea? What's that?
You've seen these monsters running all over the place.
Monsters? Which monsters are these?
All these black men with these white women, and vice versa. And white men with black women.
What makes them monsters? I don't get it.
Well, that's why you've slept around with all these different things.
All these different things?
Yeah.
So are you officially a member of the Klan, or are you just a sympathizer?
Not officially.
Not officially.
No,
but
there's a whole lot of people that believe the same way I do that are not members of the Klan or officially this or that.
Yeah, but you go beyond just finding this distasteful. You have a little bit of anger there.
Well, it's rather gross in my eyes.
Why? Can you explain to me specifically what is gross about it?
Can you not look around and see? Without, are you that blind? Are you? You got to be kidding me to ask me to explain something that's visibly clear.
You're telling me that Naomi Campbell, Tyra Banks, Aisha Tyler, you telling me these are not some of the hottest chicks in the world?
You think they're the hottest chicks in the world?
They are some of. You telling me they're not?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you say some of.
Some of the hottest chicks in the world, yes.
So that means just go sleep with them? They're black.
So what?
It's different.
Why?
Their carpet's different downtown.
Oh.
It don't work that way.
Oh, I see. Hang on a second there, Damon. Kristen, what do you want to say to Damon here?
You're a complete idiot, and you are certainly never getting any.
I never get it.
Apparently not. You know what? You're probably fat. And I'd much rather sleep with somebody of color and interest than somebody who is fat, ugly, and bald and cannot get a life. Get a clue,
you must
man.
Be sitting on, are you sitting on Blackpool right now?
I'd rather sit on that than you.
Good. I wouldn't want to touch your nasty ass.
Oh, I wouldn't even let you touch my nasty ass. You're probably one of those old guys living in the 18th century thinking that the whole world revolves around white people. Wrong. Get a clue.
Yeah, look at what this country was founded on, and look what it's turned into now. Go sit on a nigger and shut your mouth.
Yeah, well, you know what? Using those kind of terms ain't going to get you anywhere in life, okay? You're obviously
I'm where
uneducated.
I need to be. Don't worry about it. You're
well,
another nigger lover. Just go and sit on a nigger. You're stained. You're white, huh?
Are you damn straight I'm white?
Yeah.
And you know what? And
not anymore.
It's people like you that put a shame to my race because it's unfortunate.
You're not a part of my race. You're a nigger loving. No, you go get you a nigger.
I'd rather much be that than be like you.
And let them
because
beat your ass. Because that's what you need.
Oh,
you need
really?
Okay.
And
to beat your ass.
and exactly that you're the man to do it, bring it on. You live in L.A.?
I'm not a nigger. I'm not going to beat your ass. I don't.
Oh,
I don't
really?
hit
No,
women.
you're just a dumb, fat redneck who can't get a life and who thinks that everybody is beneath him. You know what? It's people like you that we don't
I never
want in
said
this
they were
country.
beneath me.
Well, you
We're
obviously
talking
don't even
about
think...
sleeping with them. Why don't
You're
you
an
listen to the
idiot.
show, sweetheart?
I've been listening to the show, and you know what? I don't care if you're sleeping with him or talking to him, but you're an idiot. I've had a
What
man
has talking got to do with it? I talk to them all the time. Doesn't mean I'm going to go put their wiener in my mouth, you sick nigger lover.
Well, thank you, Kristen. Dale, what do you want to say to Damon here?
Guy's an idiot.
Oh, another one.
You're an idiot, man. Why you got to be so close-minded?
What? Say again?
Why do you have to be so close-minded about it?
Open my mind.
You know, you said that a black woman's bush is a little coarser than most, than white women's. That's not the deal, dude. There's no different than a Caucasian woman. No different. You're so close. How old are you?
28.
You sound like an old person because old people feel that way, feel the way that you do,
I'm 28.
That's what I'm saying.
not old.
Yeah, why do you got to be so close-minded about it, They're no different than white people, Mexican people, or whatever. It doesn't matter.
No, if you can't differentiate between everybody, and I'm not saying white's the grand supreme, but I know who I am, and I know that I'm white, and I'm not going to sleep around with, no, it don't work that way. Hell no.
All right, Dale, thank you. Vanessa, what do you want to say to Damon here?
I think he's a complete moron, okay? What about the people that are mixed race? Are they supposed to only sleep with people that are of the same mixed race?
Where did this mixed race come from? From people from whites or blacks or Mexicans or whatever sleeping with other racial ethnicities. Now, what are these children going to say? Okay, what are you? Oh, I'm half this and a quarter this and all this, that, and the other. Where's their heritage? What are they going to find?
You know what? I'm a mix, okay? I'm Filipino and I'm white. I'm Filipino and I'm white and I'm Chinese and I'm Spanish and I'm an American, okay? That's my heritage.
And I'm sure you're beautiful, but it doesn't mean that you should be sleeping or any white people should be sleeping with you.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. This is the Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles at 1-800-5800-TOM. Their telephone number. And we're talking about an email we received from a listener named Dan in Port Orchard, Washington. Dan wrote in and said, Tom, how do you feel about women who date black guys? I mean, do you see yourself in a serious relationship with a woman who has dated black guys? Sure, I would have sex with them, but I definitely wouldn't take it any further. Let's say hello to Tiffany on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom. Hey,
Hello.
how's it going?
Do you care, Tiffany?
Oh, I wouldn't have asked if I didn't.
I'm doing great.
Okay, great. Well, you know what? Well, I don't know. I was kind of disappointed in that email. I didn't know people actually were, I don't know, I'd say racist in a sense. You would have sex, but you wouldn't carry on a relationship with that person.
Yeah.
But it kind of seemed ironic because I was talking with my friend this morning when he was dropping me off about the same thing because he finds Ashanti, you know that singer?
Yeah.
So he finds her sexy, beautiful, this and that, and we were talking about cute people, and I go, oh, you do her, huh? And he was like, no. I go, well, why not? I go, well, you think she's sexy, she's pretty, got a great voice, and he was like, oh, she's too dark for my breed. I go, well, what does that mean? Oh, I don't know. I just always thought of them kind of being musty and this and that. And
what?
I go, what? Exactly. Thank you. And I'm just like, and he goes, oh, so you would, be with a black guy? And I go, yeah, of course. I go, to me, I'm freaking colorblind. I don't see the color of the skin. I just see what's inside and what I like. And to me, it just seems that people like that put that black people in like a different category, like we're not supposed to touch them or we're not supposed to associate with it. That just seems so far-fetched and stupid to me. Yeah. I don't understand it.
I don't understand it either.
I'm pretty shocked. And then like what you said, other people would ask you or something like, oh, have you done, have sex with them? You're like, yeah, sure. And people's reaction would be like, oh my God, how how to feel, or like they're different. Like when you just said that, I said different the same time you did. I go, my God, they're not different. We're all the freaking same. I don't understand that.
I don't get it at all. And here's the weird thing. I can understand somebody, I don't understand it, but at least it would be consistent if somebody said, I couldn't date a black chick, I couldn't marry a black chick. What is it when somebody says, I could have sex with her, but I couldn't take it any further? I'm trying to understand that, and I don't.
And to me, I think the sex part is more difficult, I think, for people to grasp, because this guy can dive into that, but he can't dive into a relationship. What is so different? You've already gone all the way. What's the point? Yeah. You know? And for other people to think, even for other people, my friends, to even grasp having sex with, them, I'm just like, my goodness. All my friends, or, I have a whole breed of friends, white, Chinese, it doesn't matter. But other people besides, African American people, they'd ask me, would you have sex? And I go, yeah. I go, whoever I marry, whoever this and that, doesn't matter. Oh my God, Tiffany, and it's terrible. I don't understand it. I don't know, Tom.
I don't get it either.
But you know what? I'm going to just leave it at that. And that guy that called in before, just total a-hole. I don't understand him. And it reminded me of that girl that called in like a month or so ago saying that she would never date another guy like that again. You know what I'm saying? Remember that girl? She's like, I would never date another black guy again because they're lazy and they're this and they're that. Did you remember that?
Yes.
And I wanted to call. I was trying to call in so bad to tell her off. My God, because she already did it one time. I'm like, so are we going to stop it? I mean, it seems ridiculous and kind of dumb how people think that way.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Thank you for that. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. Jim on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Professor, how you doing?
All right, Jim.
Hey, I want to tell you a little story. I'm 43 years old, white male, very well educated, making six figures, and several years ago I met this chick. Nice rack, hot body. She's about 35 years old. Relationship was going great, and in the bedroom one time, just making small talk, she tells me from where she grew up in Chicago that she had several black guys, and that pretty much did the relationship end.
Why?
I don't know. I don't consider myself a racist, but it just turned me off. I just,
Why though? I mean, what's a turnoff about that?
It just kind of grossed me out, to be honest.
Why?
I guess just not wanting to continue a relationship with a woman that had been with black men. It just I didn't care for it at all.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe my upbringing. Just I just could not deal with it, and I dropped her.
And you don't even know why?
Just that it bothered me a lot.
But you don't know why?
I just didn't care for it. I guess I really couldn't put my finger on why, other than I didn't care for it.
Hang on a second here, Jim. Malcolm, what did you want to say to Jim here?
Jim.
Yeah.
Jim, you're 43 years old. You consider yourself well educated.
I've got a master's degree in engineering.
Okay, you consider yourself well educated. You just said you don't consider yourself a racist, yet you had a woman who apparently you liked a lot, all up until the point that man have been up in her and you can't deal with it no more. So what? Too loose for you? Was that the problem?
I think everybody has their desires and their wants and their needs. I think just because you have certain standards, for lack of a better word.
What is a standard? So you're above a woman that's been with a black man? That's a standard for you?
I don't know that I would say that.
Have you ever been on a train? Have you ever ridden a train?
Have I ever ridden a train?
Yeah. Have you ever been? Do you know who invented the brakes on a train to stop your ass so that you won't wreck? Do you know what race of a person invented that? Do you ever stop at a stoplight? Do you know who invented the stop? So why don't you start walking? Why don't you start walking and stop wearing cotton T-shirts and don't wear anything cotton? don't ride the train and don't drive your car no more, because black people have contributed so much to this society that people like you take for freaking granted, and you're an idiot. Regardless of you know what? You're an idiot savant. Let's put it that way. You think you're well educated. You don't even know why you don't like this woman no more.
See, every black guy or black person wants to turn this into a race issue because someone of non-color wants to make an educated decision for themselves.
And I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with you making a decision for yourself. I have a problem with you making a decision that you don't even have an answer for based upon someone whose past you didn't appreciate, that you didn't like. That didn't do anything. I could see if she was once an ex-murderer or something. She didn't do anything. She had you have any kids? Do you have a little girl? Do you have a daughter?
Jim? I think Jim's car phone is cropping out there.
Man, it may be a black person made your phone, Jim, because you suck, dude. You suck. And I'm not the cat to turn this into a race issue. I consider myself not a racist. I don't like individuals. And Jim, if you're listening, I don't like people like you. I'm not going to say I don't like white people. I don't like people like you. That's the difference. You didn't like this woman because she slept with a black man. You're an idiot. Tom, take me out, bro. I'm gone. Thanks for the call, man.
Hi, Malcolm. Thank you. Yeah, it's the Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Jim on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Professor. How you doing?
All right, Jim.
You really struck a nerve on this one, buddy.
Tell me why.
In my opinion, I just came out of a situation similar to what you were talking about. A classy 38-year-old woman, stacked, direct, beautiful woman, found out that one of her first loves was black, abused her, broke her arm. It's socially unacceptable, in my opinion.
What does that have to do with being black?
A white woman with a black man, when you see them in public, especially if they're a class act, generally they're blonde, which means the black man is doing it deliberately to hammer the white guys almost 9 times out of 10.
Wait a minute. Stop right there. I think that guys go with anything that gets them off.
That's true, but you can't.
I don't think anyone's making a statement or making a.
They're absolutely making a statement when you see them and they're walking with a gal, especially a blonde. They'll look at you. Look what I got, and you can't deny it.
How do you know what they're thinking?
Oh, body language.
And by the way, a white guy walking with a hot blonde will look around like, "Hey, look what I got." It has nothing to do with race.
Generally speaking, the white women that are with black men are either overweight, have a very low self-esteem, or into abuse, because 9 times out of 10, all the white women that I've known that have been with black men, and I don't mean to sound prejudiced or put them all in one pot, because there's abuse of white men as well. Generally speaking, though, probably 98% of the ones that I've seen that have been involved with black men have been abused. Not only abused physically, but abused emotionally.
Hang on a second, Jim. Michael, what do you want to say to Jim here?
This guy has to be a nut, Tom. All these cats calling in. It doesn't matter about the color. They're scared on 2 levels. On a racial level, plus if they believe in the myth that we're bigger, they're afraid they can't get to where we're going in then. That is their problem, hang up, and they need to quit tripping and just get over.
See, I think that's the biggest issue.
Never had a problem with comparing to a black man. I was in the military. Believe me, I'm every bit as big as any black man I've ever seen.
So in other words, Jim believes the myth.
not only that, Tom, like the last guy that called in, I'm starting to believe this, that a white man came up with the myth, once you go black, you never go back, because they don't let them come back.
You might be right about that. What do you think, Jim?
I believe that you hit a nerve, and I believe that truth be known, generally speaking, 98% of the white guys feel the same way that the last Jim did, the same way that I did. When I found out this gal had been with black guys, she went down 10 notches, and it was pretty much the beginning of the end of the relationship.
And you know why you guys do that? Because you still feel that you are superior. That is where the basic hang-up is, that you still think you're better than everybody and everybody else is beneath you. Because if you didn't think like that, you wouldn't be saying what you're saying. It's absolutely as it might.
I've been involved. Listen to me. I've been involved with black people almost all of my life to the degree that I was pretty much raised by a black woman. You can't deny that a majority of black men run around, have 4 or 5 or 6 kids, and don't have the same mother. They don't support their women. They usually beat the women. And if they are with a white woman, she's either very insecure or very overweight. And it's just open your eyes, look around, brother.
I see it all. I see white women with black men.
You're not denying that.
But it happens with all races. See, and the thing here is that you guys are singling out one race. I haven't heard anybody say, hey, well, I wouldn't do a woman if she was with a Filipino guy or another guy. You guys are afraid of black men, and you guys need to get over it. Get over it. You're here.
I'll agree with you 100%, okay? It doesn't bother me if a woman was with a Mexican. It wouldn't bother me if she was with a Filipino, but it just gets my goat to see a beautiful woman.
Because you hate black people.
No, I don't. I swear to God, I don't. But it just bugs the crap out of me to see it because I know, number one, she's not thinking properly. She's got some depth.
Oh, so now they're stupid too.
Yeah, most of them with black men are stupid, albeit good looking. Some of them are. Some of them aren't. It completely knocks them down 10 notches on the social acceptance level, in my opinion. It does.
Man, that's just murder.
I'm not saying black guys smell bad. There's a myth about that. I've been in cat houses with black women. They didn't smell any different than white women.
I have this last thing to say, Tom, and then just blow me up.
Okay, Michael.
What none of you guys realize is that genetically, blacks have the largest genetic chain. We were here first. Blow me up, Tom.
Here you go, Michael. Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Kelly on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How's it going?
Hi, Kelly.
I just think this whole subject is so sad that these guys just sound like we're still living in the 1800s. You would think things would have changed by now.
Mm-hmm. It's really amazing.
It is. It's really sad. I've dated a black guy, and I'm a white girl, and I just can't believe what these guys are saying.
Well, I hear white people all the time complain that black people complain that there's still racism out there, and white people say, come on, there is no racism anymore. What are they complaining about? And while, black people can vote and black people get better jobs and get better educations than they have ever in this country, all it takes is one topic like this on the radio to see how much racism is still out there.
Yeah, and the only thing these guys can articulate is, well, they were black and it bothered me. And that's just amazing. It's amazing that they can't face up to the fact that they're being racist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to call in and give my 2 cents. I'm a white girl, and I've dated a black guy, and I don't know. It's just sad.
Kelly, thank you for the call. Appreciate it. Our email address is my name. It's Tom at blowmeuptom.com. Got that? Tom at blowmeuptom.com. You can call our comment line right now. The number is area code 310-842-9592. That's 310-842-9592.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis, only on Hot Talk 1080 KOTK.